You're on borrowed time, motherfucker. This is my time. I'm getting my belt back.
First, go wipe your mouth. You got a little something on there from,
oh, yeah, I'm sure.
From the president.
You're so
go
soft.
wipe your mouth.
You're so soft. You're soy boy soft.
Look at him.
You're so soft.
You
But
got
you didn't even finish with it. You're so soft. Yeah, you never. Who'd you get a call from? You get a call from freaking your little tribe. They give you some smoke signals for you.
Okay,
you're a joke, Marty. Fake newsman. Newsflash. You're a joke. Hey, guess what? You're fake news. No one cares about you. No one cares about you. You're pathetic.
Do you care about me?
No, yeah, because you got the worst.
I broke your face.
No, Marty. Fake newsman. You didn't break my face. I got right up and protested it right away. That was a fake stoppage, fake rep, fake fight. Wait till I see you next time. Wait till I see you next time, Marty. Fake newsman. You're dead. You're dead.
Am
I?
You
got unfinished business.
Really?
You better show up.
Really?
I'm coming for you. You're on.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, Ba'Hashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great most who taught this truth through the Spirit. And shalom to the mighty Akim and Akwath out there who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. And today's topic is going to be entitled, A Little Good News for Israel. Alright, so basically you saw, how angry Esau got, and the Edomite's name is Colby Covington, I believe, and then the Jake, who's actually he's from Nigeria, so West Africans are Israel. His name is Kamasu Usman. All right, so you see that Esau has such a hatred for Jake. All right. Ezekiel chapter 35 from the top. Moreover, the word of the Most High. Slakia. Ezekiel chapter 35 from the top. Moreover, the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Alright? So, a little context, in Genesis chapter 32, verse 3. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau, his brother, unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. So, context is Mount Slakia. Seir is the land of the Israel. Slakia again. Seir is the land of the Edomites. Okay, so basically, it's saying that the Edomites were the ones who had a perpetual hatred and shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword. All right, I hope that did not pop up right there. But yeah, the Edomites were the ones who had a perpetual hatred, and they shed the blood of the children of Israel. Okay, so like Slakia, just like how it the perpetual hatred is shown in the video I just showed you guys. Okay, so look at how mad he got, even because honestly, under normal circumstances, you see a lot of Edomites. They always get so used to that type of behavior on television. But I believe, I'm not gonna fully extrapolate it or anything like that, but I believe that it's very apparent that the spirit of his forefather Esau Edom was on him to display that perpetual hatred. Okay, and you know what perpetual hatred is? Perpetual, never ending or changing. That hatred stems through multiple generations, okay? All the way from Esau, the one who started it all the way down to this man right now, who's alive right now, all right? So even with that, you are your forefathers. So even then, through the Spirit, like he already just hated. He would already have hate for Jacob, all right? And this is a little more into what wasn't shown on the actual Instagram video. Okay, so just a little addition. We're not gonna be watching a lot.
Wait till I see you next time, Marty Fake News. You better train hard. Keep doing that EPO. Keep it up. I don't need nothing. This is raw American steel. I got the President of the United States. Dragon energy. When I see you, you're dead. You're dead.
Okay, so, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Yahawah and have the testimony of YAHAWASHI HaMashiach. All right. So as you can see in verse 17, the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, okay, which keep the commandments of Yahawah. So we already know that only the Israelites have kept the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High Yahawah, all right, and and are the only ones that the Most High is dealing with, all right. So the dragon being the Roman power structure that actually what's it called, America inherited, because they're basically a reincarnated version of the Roman power structure, all right. So with that so-called dragon energy that he was talking about, is basically because and in addition to that, he was saying that he has the president, because at this time I believe Donald Trump was in office, so he was referencing that, and it all ties together, all right. So basically, Esau knows what time it is. Esau knows a lot more than these ignorant jakes, okay. So just now, if you're an Israelite, you gotta know, if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American coming to this truth and return on to the law, statutes, and commandments. Esau knows who he is. You need to know who you are as well. All right. Yeah. Okay. So next good news. OnlyFans is banning sexually explicit content. Okay. So basically, they're banning porn, and I believe there was another. There was another news that they were talking about. It was they were going to make sex work, or like porn in general, in some shape or form. It had weird wording to it. That's why I'm not saying outright they were going to ban porn, because they weren't outright going to ban porn. It was a certain approach where I had to like verify or something like that. So basically, but they were basically banning porn to an extent, and there was a huge outcry about that as well. All right. So with that, more of these women, you can see right here, OnlyFans, after building a successful and safe space for sex workers, is now kicking them to the curb. All right. So now, and also, you have to remember that during the time of the initial COVID pandemic, a lot of women were actually turning to stuff like this, turning to sex work in order to pay their bills, because everyone was losing their jobs. No one could support themselves anymore. So basically that's what they had to turn to. And now with this happening, ban OnlyFans, which is, I believe, has been the most, like, what's the word? The front runner to such an avenue of actual sex work. Like, they should be devastated. As a matter of fact, let's look at the comments right now. Okay, let's look at the comments right now. Tumblr. I don't get that. But anyway, so OnlyFans has basically used sex workers to build up its business so that when it goes public later this year for new funding, its valuation will be up, and is now casting them aside and banning their content to garner more interest for more mainstream. Okay, wow, that's actually crazy how true that is. So yes, he is actually 100% right. OnlyFans did initially, no one was using OnlyFans. No one knew about OnlyFans. They were all on YouTube and Patreon. Okay, but OnlyFans was basically, it wasn't a sex website per se, but people did recognize it as a sex website because of the main users on it. All right, so like, you can't go to anyone and say that, oh yeah, I recognize OnlyFans at that place. Anyone you ask what is OnlyFans, they will say that place where women go to sell basically exclusive porn to people that buy their stuff. All right, it's like like individual porn, like self-made porn in a sense, like self-produced porn. All right, that's basically what it was. And now, yeah, he is actually right that they are just tossing them to the side, and they want to basically be like YouTube and Patreon. All right, but regardless of if that works out or not, that's really irrelevant and unimportant because, you know, a lot of these women at the end of the day are going to be losing out on basically money. All right, they're going to be losing out on a job unless they just go to like Patreon. And I don't even know if Patreon even allows that still, but well, I'm pretty sure they do. But oh well. Why are people happy about this? You realize OnlyFans was one of the few platforms where not safe for work content creators were in control of their content and not being exploited, right? Well, okay, so honestly, like, I guess, honestly, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know in the sense of the other platforms. All I did know, I don't even know the details. All I did know is that OnlyFans and Patreon are used for porn content. I don't know why he's saying not safe for work, because it was literally porn. But most people legit were getting their content stolen anyway. How much control do you think they really had? Well, yeah, I guess so. Maybe, probably. Oh wow, yeah, maybe after this decision they might go out of business, you know. But for the main,
you should try getting a job. Maybe you should try getting a job.
So yeah, there's that as well. It's a private company, they can do what they want. Doesn't mean they should. Blah blah. Well, anyway, you get the point. Some people are outraged. Some people, you know, I guess, are happy about it. But the main issue is scripturally. What does this mean scripturally? All right, it really means at the end of the day that these women are basically losing out on their control of the world, basically, because, you know, clearly, very clearly, you know, sex work has been a very utilized thing for women in order to, you know, make money. You know, there's porn stars, there's those OnlyFans, Patreon, like I mentioned. What else? Oh, Twitch. Twitch, even though they don't want to admit it, a lot of women do basically borderline porn on Twitch, even though they don't want to admit it. All right. And a precept to that is we're basically coming down to trying times, and in addition to not only this this issue with OnlyFans, we have a lot more issues coming. There's been issues with the Taliban and China and Russia. Basically, I believe it was America. They pulled out, and then they went back in to Afghanistan, I believe. So, also I had a dream of the desolation of Babylon, and my brother, whom I can link, my Akim, and also in this truth as well. He was my actual blood brother. He made a video just like I think yesterday, talking about this dream that he had about how bad it was gonna be. All right, and I'll link both those videos in this video. But a precept to that is Jeremiah chapter 30 from the top. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Most High, saying, Thus speaketh the Most High Yahawah of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith the Lord. And I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. And these are the words that the Most High spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Okay, so basically, ask ye now and see whether a man travail with child, meaning because we always hear, if you're not a man, then you always hear about the pain that women have to go through when they're in labor giving birth to a child. And then if you're a woman and you know the pain of childbirth, is basically being paralleled to, that is being compared to the trouble. Like, how hard is our life going to be during the time of trouble? All right, that's basically the comparison. It's going to be that hard. Okay, continuing on. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces turned to paleness. Okay, so they're going to have their hands on their loins, like you're in some real pain. You're just like, oh, like that's gonna be like how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be like your face, and it's gonna be so bad your face is gonna turn pale. All right, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay, so firstly, it's gonna be a great day, and none is going to be like it. So it's going to be the worst that it's ever been. All right, it's going to be really bad. Okay, that's why you're gonna have these women really not really they're gonna be needing a man of the Lord, because if they are losing out on their avenues for so-called work, what do you think they're going to do? Okay, like they need something. All right, and that brings us to this. Okay, Zechariah chapter 14 verse 2. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished. The women are going to be ravished. Okay, let's look at, I was going to say the definition, but no, let's get the definition. Seize and carry off someone by force. Okay. the women are going to be just straight up taken, okay? And, that's not going to be a good time for anyone, okay? People are going to be running up in people's houses, all right? Just taking in all the food when the famine comes, taking all the women as well. Like, that's not going to be a pretty time, all right? Continuing on, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Okay, and in addition to that, if, say, a woman is at home by herself, she has no protection from a man, from a man that's just gonna come up in her house, steal from, not only steal from her, but steal her. All right, so then at that point in time, and they're gonna want a man of the Lord for protection. All right, and that's where we get into this. Okay, and not a lot of women or women of Israel are gonna like this, but this is literally how it is. This is just straight up and down the facts. All right, Isaiah chapter 4 from the top. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, all right, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach, all right? So they're not going to want all these women that dealt with, that dealt with, but are basically acting like those independent women and all that stuff like that, when they're going to have to be dependent, when they're going to have to look to a man of the Lord, a man for protection, then they're going to go to the man of the Lord for protection. All right. And then the 7 women thing, it's not even a physical number 7. It could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 20. All right. But because one thing is the Most High deals with polygyny. All right. Where was it? Slovakia. Exodus chapter 21 verse 10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. Okay, so in that day, during that time, the hardships, number one, a man of the Lord shouldn't really be thinking about, trying to make his harem or his music video, because, there's gonna be a famine. And, at the end of the day, it's having another woman or having like 20 women, as I made an example number of what the number 7 represents, which is completion and not necessarily a physical number 7. It's going to be more of a burden. Okay, you're not going to want to have 7 women. Heck, you might not even want to have 1 woman with you. That's asking for your help. Okay, because at the end of the day, these are going to be trying times. Okay, so you never, and especially you can't be having no bug out bag. Okay, can't be stocking up and all this stuff, or having all these preparation things. Okay, only Esau's gonna be doing that, and even then, it's not gonna work. And even if it does end up benefiting you, it's not gonna benefit you for the long term, because someone else could go and run up in your house, like I brought up in Zechariah chapter 14, and they can just jack your stuff. Okay, so it's not gonna be very ideal to have a woman, but at the end of the day, this is biblical prophecy. Yes, it will happen, but not always will it be expedient, nor will it be in a man's best interest to even seek out a woman. All right, and the last verse to that is to support that is Isaiah chapter 13 verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Okay, so a man will be more precious than fine gold. Okay, because at that time, a lot of the men. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husband. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Okay? In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Okay? So that's basically what's going to happen. That's how all the men are going to be, dying. All right? They're through the will and power of the Most High, YAHAWASHI. That's basically the destruction of all the men. And that's going to lead to Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. And then, by extension, Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. All right? So, this is all signs of the times. All right? This is all, this is good news to us. We're nearing the end. Okay? And even with this, the latest news from Afghanistan, as the Taliban take control of the country. Okay? Like I said, America pulled their troops, and then now they see that was a mistake, and now, you got issues going on. All right? Wow, this is happening right now. Like, as I'm making this video. This is literally live. All right? So, yeah, 18 minutes ago. And this is the day that you're watching this video is the day before that I made this video. All right? Call YAHAWAH. Okay, but yeah, that's actually all I wanted to bring up. This is actually that this just popped up right now. I don't think it was there before, but I just thought it was pretty funny how OnlyFans was banning the sexual content, and how this guy, this Edomite, was talking about dragon energy. All right, so I just thought it was a good laugh, and some good news to bring to Israel. All right, and with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. And I hope this lesson was edifying. Stay watching the signs. Stay watching all the prophecies. All right, Israel. And with that, I want to say Shalom.